10 shocking psychological effects of being yelled at in a relationship. Relationships are meant to be a source of comfort, trust, and emotional support. However, when yelling becomes a regular part of a relationship, it can have devastating psychological effects on the person being yelled at. Yelling may seem like a quick way to express frustration or anger, but it creates long-lasting damage to emotional well-being and the foundation of the relationship itself. In this article, we'll explore the 10 most shocking psychological effects of being yelled at in a relationship, and why addressing this issue is critical for maintaining a healthy and balanced partnership. 1. Increased anxiety and stress. Being yelled at triggers the body's natural stress response, known as the fight or flight mechanism. When someone is yelled at, their brain perceives it as a threat, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This creates an immediate physical and emotional reaction: rapid heartbeat, muscle tension, and shallow breathing. Over time, repeated exposure to this stress response increases overall anxiety levels, even when the person is not being yelled at. Anxiety can manifest as a constant feeling of dread, irritability, and difficulty focusing. Someone who experiences frequent yelling may become hypervigilant, constantly anticipating the next outburst. This can make it difficult to relax or feel comfortable, even in otherwise peaceful moments. 2. Lowered self-esteem. Constant yelling sends a damaging message: you are not good enough. When someone is repeatedly criticized or shouted at, they begin to internalize these negative messages. They may start to believe that they are unworthy, incapable, or fundamentally flawed. This erosion of self-esteem can manifest in various aspects of life, including work, friendships, and personal goals. Someone who feels constantly belittled may stop trying to succeed because they believe they will always fail. Over time, this loss of confidence can lead to a cycle of underachievement and self-sabotage. 3. Emotional withdrawal. When yelling becomes a regular pattern in a relationship, the person on the receiving end often learns to protect themselves by emotionally withdrawing. If every attempt at communication is met with anger or shouting, they may conclude that it's safer to remain silent and emotionally detached. This emotional withdrawal creates a dangerous gap between partners. Over time, the person being yelled at may stop sharing their feelings, dreams, or concerns. This lack of emotional connection can lead to a sense of isolation and loneliness, even when the couple is physically together. 4. Heightened fear response. Yelling creates a sense of fear that extends beyond the immediate moment. The brain is wired to remember threats to ensure survival, which means that being yelled at repeatedly can rewire the brain to anticipate and react to danger more quickly. This heightened fear response can cause someone to become overly cautious, walking on eggshells to avoid triggering another outburst. In severe cases, it can lead to symptoms similar to post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, including nightmares, flashbacks, and hypervigilance. 5. Depression and sadness. The emotional toll of being yelled at frequently leads to feelings of sadness and hopelessness. When a person feels like they are constantly under attack or criticism, it becomes difficult to find joy in everyday life. Depression caused by verbal abuse can lead to social withdrawal, loss of interest in activities, changes in appetite, and sleep disturbances. The person may start to feel numb or emotionally disconnected, struggling to find motivation or purpose. If left untreated, this can spiral into clinical depression, requiring professional intervention. 6. Communication breakdown. Yelling is one of the fastest ways to destroy healthy communication in a relationship. When one partner yells, the other is likely to become defensive or shut down emotionally. This creates a toxic cycle where one person expresses frustration through yelling, and the other responds with silence or avoidance. Over time, meaningful communication becomes nearly impossible. Important conversations about the future, finances, or emotional needs are avoided because both partners fear conflict. Without open and honest communication, the relationship becomes stagnant and vulnerable to further breakdown. 7. Resentment and bitterness. Being yelled at regularly fosters deep resentment. Even if the person being yelled at initially tries to understand or forgive their partner, repeated verbal aggression creates emotional scars that are difficult to heal. Resentment builds when the person being yelled at feels powerless to change the situation. They may start to question their partner's love and commitment, wondering why someone who claims to care about them would treat them with such hostility. Over time, this bitterness can create emotional distance, making it harder to rebuild trust and intimacy. 8. Poor sleep and health issues. The stress and anxiety caused by yelling can spill over into physical health. High levels of stress hormones interfere with the body's ability to rest and recover, leading to chronic sleep problems. Insomnia, restless sleep, and nightmares are common among people who experience frequent verbal abuse. Poor sleep weakens the immune system, increases the risk of heart disease, and contributes to weight gain and mental fog. Over time, chronic stress can also lead to digestive issues, headaches, and high blood pressure, further deteriorating overall health. 9. Loss of trust and security. A relationship thrives on trust and emotional security. When yelling becomes a pattern, it creates an environment where the person being yelled at feels unsafe and unprotected. The person being yelled at may start to question their partner's true intentions and feelings. They may feel like they need to protect themselves emotionally, withholding personal thoughts and feelings out of fear of being attacked. This loss of trust can make reconciliation and emotional intimacy nearly impossible. 10. Increased aggression and defensiveness. Being yelled at can make a person more defensive and aggressive over time. When someone feels attacked, their natural response is to protect themselves, often through counter-aggression or defensiveness. In some cases, the person being yelled at may start to mirror their partner's behavior, leading to heated arguments and escalating conflicts. In other cases, they may lash out at others, projecting their frustration onto friends, family members, or even co-workers. This creates a ripple effect, damaging other relationships and increasing overall emotional instability. Why addressing yelling in a relationship is critical. The psychological effects of being yelled at are profound and long-lasting. What may seem like a momentary loss of temper can leave deep emotional scars that affect every aspect of a person's life. It's important to recognize that yelling is a form of emotional abuse, even if it's not accompanied by physical aggression. Addressing yelling in a relationship requires open communication, mutual respect, and sometimes professional support. Couples therapy or individual counseling can help both partners identify the underlying causes of anger and develop healthier communication patterns. Setting clear boundaries, practicing emotional regulation, and committing to respectful dialogue are key steps toward rebuilding trust and emotional safety. Final thoughts. Yelling in a relationship is more than just a bad habit. It's a destructive behavior that erodes emotional connection, self-esteem, and trust. Understanding the psychological effects of yelling is the first step toward breaking the cycle and creating a healthier, more respectful relationship. If you or someone you know is experiencing the damaging effects of verbal abuse, seeking support from a therapist or counselor can provide the tools needed to heal and move forward. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.